So, you really decided to turn over my card? Bold move. Because I am the devil. And if I appear in your reading, it means a force inside your love life has awakened, one you can't ignore. Desire, obsession, fear, control, magnetism, all of that is me. But if you think I'm only about darkness and destruction, then you don't understand me at all. I am the truth people run from. I am the part of love you don't want to admit. I am the pull so strong you forget how to breathe. But I am also the mirror that shows you exactly where and why you lose yourself. In my light, I am pure life energy. When a connection has gone numb, I spark it awake. I make your heart race. I make your body remember it's alive. I represent attraction that is honest and raw, not controlled, not filtered, not dressed in polite excuses. With me, desire becomes a language of closeness, not a source of shame. I teach you to embrace your nature, to stop hiding your needs behind good behavior, to stop apologizing for wanting pleasure, depth, passion. With me, the mask drops, and sometimes that honesty heals more than anything else. If two people are open and equal, I can deepen the bond. I can turn chemistry into intensity and intensity into something transformative. But my shadow is far more complex. In the dark, I am addiction. Not just wanting someone, needing them to survive. When a person becomes a drug. When pain and pleasure mix until you can't tell the difference. When you stay not because it feels good, but because leaving feels impossible. Here, I am power. One controlling, the other obeying. One holding on, the other being held. You keep thinking, just a little more effort, and this will work. But it won't, because addiction is not love. I show toxic attachment, the kind where someone destroys you, yet you're terrified to leave. Where you accept scraps of affection because you're afraid of an empty plate. Where the relationship runs on fear, not choice. I can also be manipulation. Subtle, invisible. Through jealousy. Through guilt. Through silence. Through sex. I reveal connections where someone convinces you that without them, you have no worth. Or where you believe it yourself. I am also about boundaries or the lack of them. When you dissolve into the other person. When your entire life bends around their mood, their needs, their attention. Becoming a sacrifice doesn't make you loved, it makes you dependent. If you're asking how he sees you under my influence, he may see you as temptation, the person who activates the parts of him he tries to hide, or as someone he can control. Some people don't love under the devil they possess. If you're asking about your feelings, I show obsession or exhaustion. Maybe you're drawn to the fire even though it burns. Maybe you confuse adrenaline with destiny, intensity with depth, chaos with connection. Maybe the pain feels meaningful, but it isn't. In the future, I bring two paths. If the relationship is honest, equal, aware, I amplify desire, chemistry, physical closeness. But if the connection is built on fear, dependence, or chaos, I expose the truth. Sometimes gently, sometimes violently, but always clearly. My advice? Look at me without fear, but without illusions. I'm not your enemy. I'm not your savior. I am your mirror. I show you where you gave up your power, where you abandoned yourself, where you confused possession with love. If you feel yourself disappearing inside the connection, pause. If the relationship thrives on adrenaline instead of respect, think. But if the passion is mutual, grounded, honest, I can help it grow. Desire can be a bridge, not a weapon. I am the devil. I don't make you bad. I show you where you stopped being free or where you never allowed yourself to be real. And if you face that truth, I stop being a trap and become a key. Not to destruction, but to liberation.